Blue Diamonds, what's cracking, lagging? Empress Blue here. How are y'all today? I didn't see y'all yesterday. What you doing today? You good? Still cute. Y'all know I be checking myself out. Ain't no shame in my gang. Ooh. Loving on me. Listen, this video is to those that it applies to. If it doesn't apply, then let it fly, okay? You sheeple. What's the matter, you? I need you guys that are sheeple. You know who you are. Them people that the news come on and tell you some bullshit and y'all just be like, yeah, that's taken for face value and run with it. I need you to please, 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 for everyone's sake, do your research. Go on the government site is free, okay? Go on there and read, okay? Look up Nasara Jasara. Read. Figure out what's really going on. And stop letting the news dictate to you what is going on. Because they are programming you. And we know this. The television, they must have disclosure. They must tell you the truth. And they tell it to you, but they tell it to you in a way that makes you think the truth is a lie. And the lie is really the truth. You know better though. You know better. You know why? Because we were equipped with an inner knowing. Well, not everybody. Those of you that don't hear that voice in your head, let me be the voice in your head for you. Stop listening to politics. Stop listening to the news. Stop listening to the shitstorm. The powers that were are gone. Now it's up to us to think for ourselves, to realize for ourselves. Didn't your mama used to tell you to use your own brain? Stop listening to things without doing your research. When you don't do your research, you get pulled around by the nose or by the ear like a little child, tossed to and fro, not knowing what's truth and what's not true. Truth resonates with you. Truth gives you good goosebumps, good goosebumps and good flurries inside of yourself. You feel wonderful and you feel amazing when you get some good news, some truth. But when you're being lied to, you're confused. You doubt, things really don't resonate, but you force them to be truth. Let's stop doing that. We need to be on one peaceful accord. If anybody is telling you to fight, yeah, we have to come together in unity, and we have to compromise, not fight, not blow shit up, not shoot people, not hurt people, not run people over, not be destructive in any kind of way, shape, or form. If you want peace, how are you going to be be destroying stuff, be destructive? That's not going to bring peace. That's going to bring destructiveness. The words, but you know what I'm talking about. What comes out of you is what comes back to you. If you want the world to be unified, you want us to be loved, you want everybody to respect each other and be ethical and have everyone to have morals and values and good morals and good values. You want to live together in unity and harmony. That's what you got to be putting out. You can't be like, motherfucker, fuck yo, you piece of shit, you ain't shit, and then run motherfuckers over, and then expect tomorrow for it to be peaceful in your life when you just let all hell break loose. Be the heaven that you want to be, people. Sheeple. Stop being sheeple. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I watched the old sitcom, and the guy, what was the name of the sitcom? I want y'all to be able to go to it. I see his face, but I don't remember the guy's name. It was a guy that was a psychologist, and he had his patient come in, and he said, "Oh, okay, so what's wrong? What's going on?" And she was like, "How are you? Good day." Old couple. They like it. They gotta be in their 90s, 80s, 90s. Oh my God. And still making it happen. But she was like, everything is in my life is messed up. I'm unhappy. I'm this, I'm that. And things are not going right. And things are blah, blah, blah. And I don't like this and I don't like that. And he listened. He was very attentive to her. He listened to what she had to say. And then when she finished, he said, "You know what my recommendation for you is? All of those things that you don't want, stop it." Yeah, like you waiting for something else. That's it. That's it. Stop doing the things you don't want to do. Stop accepting things in your life you don't want in your life. Stop accepting people in your life that you don't want in your life. I am going to be very candid with y'all. My mother is a religious fanatic. I'm just going to call it like it is. I'm just going to say it like it is. She talks about Jesus this and Jesus that, and being saved and being holy and righteous. Da, da, da. My mother does the most wickedest things. She'll say, "Oh, I love you, I miss you, and you." And then when you get around to do some wicked shit, that make you be like, "Bitch." That's what it makes me want. And I used to feel bad because I don't want to say that about my mom. That's my mom. I really always cherished my relationship with both of my parents. But both of my parents have given me their ass to kiss. My father was never there for me, and I still was there for him showing up. But he wants to constantly tell me how fucked up my life is. First of all, I had a great life. I still have a great life. But I mean, coming up, I raised my kids. I was a single mom. I was a cosmetologist. I worked for Kid Capri. I worked for Vidal Sassoon. I worked so many different places. I lived in Florida. I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, in cul-de-sac. Okay, beautiful house, taking care of my kids. My kids grew up in great schools. I was a great mom. Could I have done things better? Of course. I worked 14 and 15 hours a day. So my kids was raising themselves. Yeah, they called me and I gave them instruction or whatever, but they had all that time to do things that developed them in the way that they are today, you know. Of course, I think every parent could have done a better job once hindsight and they look back on it. Yet, I taught my kids how to love themselves. I taught my kids love. I taught my kids responsibility. I taught my kids respect and honor. I taught my kids morals and ethics and values. I taught my kids about themselves as indigenous children of the earth. I taught my kids to the best of my ability. And now it's up to them to make the right choices. And they not making great choices. Neither did I when I was their age. I drank. My son drinks himself into a stupor. He's a people pleaser. Those are all the things that I was. So take responsibility for the things that you've done. Yet I was the best parent that I knew how to be. Remember, the first time I was a parent was the first time I was a parent, you know. Now I can look back and say to my children, you know, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Well, maybe this will be better or maybe that'll be better, blah, blah, blah. I got off my point. Oh, I hate when I explain that. I get off my point. I was talking about having people in your space that cause confusion and disruption to your energy, to your loving energy. Listen, they say it's the people that's closest to you, and you don't think it's going to be your mother, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your aunties, but aren't those the people closest to you? In the Bible it say that it's going to be the people that are closest to you that are able to get in. They're able to let those negative spirits in because you trust your mother, you trust your father, like without question, you trust them. But no, you gotta judge your mother, your father, your kids, anybody that's in your life the same way. If they're not loving you, if they're not giving you what you need so you can be the best you can possibly be, then you need to eliminate them out of your energy. And I know you go, how could you say eliminate your mother? She gave birth to you. I honor her for giving birth to me. I honor her for the love that she did teach me, because my mother was a beautiful person until she got life poured into her, until she became religious to the point where anything, hi, little doggy hanging out the car, anything in excess, anything too much is too much. And yeah, you can get too much of Jesus. Who is Jesus when his name was Yahshua? Who is Jesus when his eyes was of fire, skin of bronze, his hair was of wool, eyes of fire, skin of bronze, and the person that they talk about as Jesus has blue eyes, stringy hair, and pale face? I call that an imposter. Anywho, she is Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus this, yet is wicked in her ways. I've had people in my family tell me that my mother has done some crazy shit. My own son has said to me, yeah, grandma did some, he said, grandma did some real wicked shit. He said, but you know, she loved Jesus, and that don't even, is that common sense? That don't even make sense. People, you shall know them by their fruits. If I'm doing wicked stuff to you and then covering it up with Jesus, then you need to question who Jesus is and what is my relationship. If it ain't matching, if it ain't mathing, if the math ain't mathing. I love when Taraji say that. If the math ain't mathing, question that shit. Question your parents, because the enemy knows that it can get through your parents. Can go through your parents to get to you. The enemy will come through your children because you love them. You're going to forgive them. I forgave him, 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 forget the fuck, what? How long? How long? How long am I going to forgive him, forgive him, forgive him, forgive him? How long am I going to forgive him, forgive him, forgive him, forgive him, forgive him? Especially when hey, big tree. It's a big old tree. Especially when in my forgiveness, I am depleting my energy. I am destroying my self-esteem. I am demolishing my happiness so other people can be happy. How that makes sense? So yeah, I am guilty of being sheeple, just following what you're supposed to follow. You're supposed to love your mother and your father. So, what did it say in that book? Love your mother and father, and your days on this earth will be long. Okay, most mothers and fathers, not most, but it's a big percentage of mothers and fathers that are fucked up. I'm talking about, there's mothers and fathers that are murdering their children. So the children that survive, should they still honor their mother and father for the day? So it has to be something different to that saying, honor the mother and father. What I've come to the conclusion, or I heard a sister, a conscious sister, explain, and it made perfect sense to me. It resonated with my spirit, and so I accepted it into my vortex. The mother and father, God. The mother and father, in religion, they take the mother out of the equation. Mother Mary had the baby, and then she was irrelevant. You never really heard that much more about Mary except for the fact that she gave birth to Yeshua. How that makes sense? But in the Catholic Church, and you can go and look this up, it's right on YouTube. In the Catholic Church, they bow down to the Black Madonna and the Black baby. How we know that if they've lied to us about everything, how do we know that the baby was a boy? Rod Hayes talks about how Jesus is really Isis. So, I mean, I know some of y'all might be like, oh, she bugging. And might even come off my page right now because y'all don't listen, but gravitate towards crazy. Bobby Hammond said that. Whatever you think is crazy, gravitate towards it. Because what's normal, ain't it crazy? Right now, we're living a life that we call normal. You happy? You happy with this normal shit? Look around. This is normal? To treat your neighbor like shit? For mothers and fathers not to love their children, for children not to love their mothers and fathers, for family to be separated, for the matriarch to be discarded like she ain't shit and she has all of the wisdom. This is normal? No. What's really normal is crazy. And what's crazy is the normal stuff. They made everything that's good or that was good bad. So you won't have the answers to the fact that, so you won't have the answers in how you become self-sufficient and not controlled. The system, all of the corporations, the government, and all of that, they were made to control your mind, control how you eat, control how you sleep, control where you work, control what you do. Control. Y'all know I ain't lying. I bet you I could tell you about your day. You get up and go to work. If you got kids, you take your kids to school first. Then you go to work. You work 8 hours, then you come home. You make something to eat. You may watch a couple of movies, and then you go to sleep. You do that throughout the week, and then the weekend on Saturdays you go and you try to have some kind of fun. Either you go to the movies, or you'll take your kids to the park, or you'll take your kids out to I don't even know if they have Discovery Zone still. I used to take my kids to Discovery Zone or these little bouncy parks where y'all jump around with the kids. You may eat your little something. You may go to a restaurant on Saturdays, and then on Sundays you go to worship, to church. You worship whatever it is your religion is, whatever. And then Monday it starts all over again. The 8 hours back to work, and yeah, you do that until you get about 60 something. I don't even know what the retirement age is now. You could do that until you about 60 something, and then you get on Social Security, and then if you had a great job, you will go on vacation and try to enjoy yourself to the best of your ability. But some people can't enjoy themselves because they didn't make that much money, so they got to go back to work even though they them retired. And then you work until you die, or you try to travel as much as you can until you die. And they say our lifespan is only to like 120 now. They say that because we've learned that the food has been poisoned in every kind of which way, shape, or form. The food is poison. Even the stuff that they say organic is not really organic. You got to go and look for the number that starts with 9 for it to really be organic food. And is that really organic food? And this is normal. You don't see your husband because your husband works during the day, you work at night because somebody needs to be there for the kids, or you both work 8 hours a day, and when you come home you see each other and you're tired and you don't make love and you don't hug and kiss on each other. You don't really love on your kids because you're tired, and this is normal, B. Oh, look at that deep burgundy. Y'all know I love the flowers, right? Isn't that beautiful? Even a little green flower next to it. Ew. I love flowers, you guys. I be coming around my neighborhood and I be taking little pictures. I be posting them. Y'all be seeing my pictures or not? Beautiful. Beautiful little flowers. You're doing a great job. It looks so beautiful.
Thank you. I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Oh, I be taking pictures all the way down when I see
I'm
these
trying
flowers.
to do it, but now it's fall. I have to wait until.
Yes, but I
I'm
love
working
it.
for next year.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Your work is appreciated. She's in the, y'all look at she making the neighborhood look beautiful. That's what it's all about, community. But yeah, that's normal, y'all. Come on. And nobody wants to say that that's not normal, because if you the one that say that that's not normal, everybody's gonna kick you out of the group. Well, you know what? It says in the book, and I think it's truth to that book, because they have to put truth to it for us to be attracted to it. It says in that book that the road to hell is wide and there are many. The road to heaven is narrow and there's few. So I'd rather be a part of the few, even though I believe heaven and hell is what you create. Heaven and hell is your creation. You can create heaven here on this plane or wherever you go in the different dimensions and the different universes inside of universes and the different dimensions, because they talking about that a lot now. They put it in the movies, and if it's in the movies, it's truth, but they try to make it a movie so they can make you think it's just a movie. It ain't no truth. But you not slow. Those who feel me, y'all know what I'm talking about is real. We gonna talk authentically. We gonna talk truthfully over here, because it's the lie that's keeping us fucked up. You know that the situation ain't what it should be. You know your mother ain't treating you the way she should be. But you be like, oh, but that's my mother and I love her and I'm okay with how she's treating me. Bullshit. Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. You can't stand your mother. You can't stand how she think it's okay to treat you any kind of way. Every time you let her in, she do some fuckery. And you want to just grab her by the throat. But you don't want everybody to know that, because then they're going to think, oh my God, how could you think that about your mother? If the shoe fit, then it belongs to that person. If the shoe fit, I'm just saying, what the fuck? Let's stop being lying ass mother. Listen, you're not supposed to lie. So I hope that convicts some people. You're not supposed to lie. You lying to yourself. You're supposed to love yourself more than anybody loves you. And you lying to yourself when you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna invite my mother over because that's my mom, and but all the while in the back of your head, you like, if that bitch say one thing out of line, I'm gonna kick out. If that bitch, your father that ain't never been there for you, that never did shit for you, will wanna dare say that you turned out bad. Where were you to help me prevent from turning out bad? Hi, beautiful. Where were you? But you gonna act like you have the right to judge my life when I was unbalanced all of my life. I needed my mama and my daddy. I needed my daddy for the discipline and for the protection. And where were you? You didn't protect me from myself. You didn't protect me from bad decisions. You didn't tell me how to choose my mate. You didn't teach me what I'm supposed to do when I'm out here in these streets and these niggas ain't acting right. You ain't give me the protective speech. This what you do. This how you handle it. But now that I'm an adult, you want to tell me, and you don't even know what my life is about because you haven't tapped in with me at all. You just telling me that my life ain't been shit. I beg to differ. I was a great provider for my kids. I was there for my kids. I showed up. I was a cosmetologist purposely. So if my kids needed me from anything, I would be like, hold all of my appointments, or tell them that, they're going to have to reschedule because, I got to go up to the school for my children. I got to be there because they're having an event and I want to show up because my parents weren't able to show up or didn't prioritize showing up because they were told that they had to work. We're all told we got to work. And we ain't nothing but little slaves to this system. So listen, y'all. It's time to buck the fuck up. Alright? It's time to stop being a little pussy. It's time to stop lying to yourself and everybody else. And I'm including me in this. Some days are better than others. But today just is a good day. And the universe, the ancestors, my spirit teams, my spirit guide are telling me this is the time to let this be known. The Most High, the one mind of all things, is speaking through me. Because she and he love you. You know, we came from the black womb, the black dot, the mother of all things. She is our first God, right? When you're born into this world, your mother is your first God. Your mother, everything your mother say, you like, yes, ma'am, okay. You even go in the street and be like, my mother said. And if my mother said it, I know it is what it is. Your mother is your first God. So how do you then become an adult and disrespect your mom like she ain't shit? Now, for me, I was talking about my mother. I respected my mom for so many years. I honored my mom. I showed my mom that I'd show up, that I'd be there for her. And my mom took advantage of that. She didn't treat me the way I was supposed to be treated. And so, yeah, now it ain't the same program. Now I operate on a totally different program with my mother. You know, my mother is so contradictory, it makes no sense. But I send her love and light, and I wish her happiness, and I hope and pray that she learns how to get along with others and play nice. But because she don't, I choose not to be in that energy. But if you respect your parents respect you. If everybody in your life, you have a respect for them and they respect you back, then those are the people that are your family. Those are the people that should be in your circle. You know, if your family don't call you, don't show up for you, I'm not mad. My family don't call me, they don't show up for me. They been too busy with their lives. But most of my life, I've stopped what I was doing to make time for my family members. But you have to, you have to stop expecting other people to be you. I showed up because I loved them and I wanted to show up. They didn't want to do that for me. And they didn't have to. But erases everything you say before you said it. I'm working on these stupid ass English words. We supposed to be. That's how we supposed to be talking to each other for real.
Right, you got fun with your friends, but don't disrespect people, alright?
I like that. See daddy with his kids? See dad? That's what you should have both been doing. Love who love you. First, love yourself. I love me first. I am all that in a bag of diamonds. Oh, I'm so cute. Oh, I'm there for me. I make sure I look nice, smell nice, go to nice places, do nice things. I take myself out to restaurants. I take myself out to play. I stop drinking. I stop smoking. I stop eating crazy ass food. I'm working on eating properly. I just came from Trader Joe's. Be careful of this other food because that Bill Gates dude is spraying our food with shit. Ugh. I love you, Trump. I know a lot of people was like, what? Yeah, listen to what Trump is saying and listen to what the Democrats are saying. The Democrats are saying it's racism. We have to fight. We need illegal immigrants. Trump is saying, let's find a way to find peace. But then the news is like, he's evil, he's Hitler, and the people is watching the news and they like, yeah, the news said, do your own research. Trump ain't never been prejudiced. If you go back and look at Trump's history, He's always been around the brothers and sisters. Tupac, Snoop Dogg. He's Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. He used to date a black girl. Trump is not president, never has been president in his whole time of being Trump that I've known of him throughout the years. Because Trump been in the game for a minute, billionaire for a minute. You ain't never heard nothing, nobody said anything negative about him until he became president, until he said he was going to drain a motherfucking swamp. And y'all acting like the government has been so good to us forever. And now Trump has got in there and he's messed everything up. Sheeple. Stop being sheeple. Stop listening to what everybody tell you. I know I'm telling you things right now, but everything that I'm telling you, you can go do your own research. And that's what I've been saying since the beginning of the video. Do your own research. I'm a stranger. Do you know me? Do you know me? Even if you knew me, do you know me now? I don't have friends and family around me. I roll solo dolo. And I have most of my life. Right, Ted Sutton? Right, Darian Jackson? Right, my friends? People that know me. In high school, I walked the halls alone. You know why I walked the halls alone? Let me tell you now why I walked the halls alone. Because anytime I got into a clique, everybody talked about each other. Ain't we supposed to be friends? We friends until one of us walk away. Then it's like, yeah, that bitch, look what she got on. Why? And I was like, oh, y'all is fucked up. She just walked away. It ain't even been a minute since she walked away, and you already talking about her? Like, if y'all doing that to her, then I know y'all doing that to me. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I used to walk the halls in school alone, by myself. Because you know what? If nobody was around me, how can they talk about me? If they don't know what I'm doing, how can they talk about me? People talked about me anyway. Oh, I was a hoe in school. You know why I was a hoe in school? Because I was pretty. You know why I was a hoe in school? Because I dressed nice. You know why I was a hoe in school? Because I had a sexy walk. I was, what, 14, 15, 16, 17? I was a sexy little thing like most of us was, with them little young ass bodies. But I knew I was sexy, and I used to wear nice clothes. I'm a Libra. We bout that life, okay? I want the fly shit. I want to, and it don't have to be expensive, but it definitely have to make me look good, okay? I'm just saying. Yeah. I used to like Michi in school. So one day, Michi was like, I was like, wait, we've been giving each other the googly eye and really vibing with each other, just saying hi. Our highs turned from hey, hi, what's up, to hey, hi, hey. Every day the hey, hi was getting a little, to the point where we probably would have started dating and got to know each other or whatever. But I used to work with Tracy Adams. My first job was a housekeeper in a hospital. I used to work with Tracy Adams. And Tracy Adams was a hot little thing. She would let guys touch her and do things to her. And I didn't judge her. We worked together. What you do is what you do. What I do is what I do. But all of a sudden, Michi stopped talking to me. I was like, what the fuck? And giving me the eye, looking me up and down like I did something to him. And I was like, what could have possibly happened? Why is he treating me like that? And then all of a sudden, he was with Tracy Adams. Tracy Adams must have told him that I was a little freak. You know how when other people are pointing their finger at you, like fingers is pointing back at yeah, Tracy, I ain't mad at you, girl. You wanted him and you got him. He must not have been for me. But I'm just saying, people gonna talk about you, whether you with them or whether you not with them. So I decided to roll by myself. And I rolled by myself, and they still talked about me like I was a dog. But what the beautiful thing was, when the people got to know me, Chandra, I think that was her name, Chandra, and the Spanish guy, in my senior year, got to know me, and they both was like, yo, we thought you was a bitch. Because I walked through the hall. I spoke to everybody. What's up? What's up? How you doing? What's up? But that was about as much conversation as they got from me. Yeah, because I was there to learn and go the fuck home. And I hated school. Ugh. They taught us. Oh, I knew they was lying. I was like, why they keep showing us these slave movies? Anywho, y'all know I could get to talking. And I could jump from this to that to this to that to this to that, because I just got a lot of things to talk about because I be by myself. So when I finally do get a chance to talk, I got so much stuff bottled inside that needs to be talked about. So thank you for being an ear. Thank you for listening. And like I said, do your research. Know that people are going to talk about you and make you everything else but a child of the Most High. You know. But they shall know you by your fruits. Show up, show out, love on yourself, balance yourself. The light and the darkness are there as unity. Light and darkness, yin and yang, woman and man. They have separated us for a reason. They got us hating each other for a reason. A lot of black men hate black women. A lot of black women hate black men. They ain't shit and we ain't shit. And it's all a program for us to continue to be separated. But I keep telling y'all, go watch The Dark Crystal. If you haven't watched that, go watch. When y'all go watch that, let me know that y'all went and watched that movie. And watch it with your third eye. Okay? Those that know. Some of you, I'm going to be talking, and it's going to sound like wonk, 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 wonk. But that's all right. Keep listening until it sounds like the divine words that they are. Keep watching. So you can get the understanding and the truth of who we really are and what we're really here for. We're here to help each other to get to the next level. Not everybody is going to help. And how you know that the help is good is that you're going to feel good about what you're hearing and what you're taking in. It's all about one perfect love. And how we get there is our journey. No judgment. Yet you should definitely try your best to come to the conclusion that love is the best antidote to all things. Sometimes you need a little chaos too, and I think that's what's needed right now. But when it's time for chaos, you'll know. Your spirit will let you know, and don't ignore your spirit. I hope I'm not confusing y'all, because I have been jumping around. But I think to sum everything up, only allow people in your space that love and respect you like you love and respect yourself. If you're not loving and respecting yourself right, how can you expect anybody else to love and respect you? So work on you first, and that's going to take some lonely time. I want my son to understand that. He needs to be on his lone journey as well, because he's a people pleaser, and he's drinking and wallowing in his pain. Anything you do in excess is too much. Anything. You could eat carrots every day and start turning orange. Anything is too much. But I send blessings to my entire family. And I pray that they learn how to love themselves and realize that we've all been duped, hoodwinked, bamboozled, tricked into a state of mind that's a slave state of mind. And God said, did I not tell ye are gods? The Most High is in you. The Most High is in you. And you just have to connect to that beautiful, beautiful gift of God that is inside of you. How you can start loving yourself is laugh more. Go to the park and swing on the swing, slide down the sliding board. Have fun. Stop adulting. Learn how to reconnect with your child self. The children shall set you free. They weren't talking about the children outside of you. They're talking about the children inside of you. And then once you grasp that, then you can Pay attention to the children outside of you because they are so innocent and they're such a blessing. Not all children. Some of them are little demons. But have the discernment of your life and of others. This is Empress Blue coming through on the channel and the vibration of love. I love y'all. Those who love me back. Look, y'all, look. Look. Young, older, young, older, young. Or is it just because I smile too much? Let me see the moisture. Love myself. Love y'all. Got to. Deuces, one perfect love, y'all. Live your best life. Empress Blue. You know how I